She's so funny. And I need to read what she told me to promote because it's a lot of stuff.
I'm sorry.
Her name is Stacey Axler, and she has shows on the first and third Sunday, and they're all virtual. It's Stacey Axler Comedy. So I'll also write that on the chat just so you guys can see it. But follow her; she's very funny. And Stacey,
oh, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Hedi, for setting up this show. It definitely is nice to connect with everyone, even though it is virtual. But I mean, that's what we're doing right now. So, is anyone else here bad at setting goals?
woo!
Okay, thank you. So, I guess me and Em and maybe a few people who are on mute or politely raised your hands, bad at setting goals. I am. So I realized that if I didn't set some goals for myself over the next month, I was mildly going to lose it. So but I realized something. I'm very bad at setting goals. Like either the goal, like the bar is too low or the bar is too high. Like I haven't found a good way to set goals for myself. So, for example, a good goal to set during this time, I know a lot of people are learning a different language. That's like an achievable thing maybe you could start to do. Another goal would be I could like dedicate a place of my apartment to organize because as you can see behind me, I just have a bunch of stuff with no clear organization. I could have done any of those things. What I decided to do with my time now was to catch the Zodiac Killer. So I'm gonna say this to you all. This makes sense, alright? Like, this is not the first time I've tried to do this. The first time I tried to catch the Zodiac Killer, I was 15. And that's when the movie Zodiac came out with Mark Ruffalo, which is one of my favorite movies. And I just knew that I had the power within me to catch the Zodiac Killer. And then obviously I didn't. And then I picked it up again when I was 23. And now I'm 28. So this has been like an ongoing passion. It's difficult. It's insanely difficult. And as you probably know, because we still don't know who the Zodiac Killer is. And I'm upset at myself for getting roped into this plot again. But anyway, if you have good goals that you could share with me that I could do, I would appreciate hearing them. I think a lot of people, I am not a parent, and sometimes I'm like, I'll never be a parent. That's a topic for another day. I don't know. But my whole point, what I'm gonna say is a lot of parents I've seen on social media, like people who I went to college with and I'm friends with on Facebook, will be like, my kids are annoying. And I'm like, you're giving your kids too much credit. Like, I think everyone's a little annoying. Like, you're just spending more time with your kids than an average person. Like, imagine if your like coworkers were to come and live in your house, or imagine if like even your friends were to come stay in your home for an extended period of time. Like, that in itself is annoying. Like, I think everyone here has been on at least one unpleasant road trip where you're like, damn, like, I need to get out of this car. And it could even be with people you like your friends. I feel like I encounter a lot of unpleasant people, and you just ask annoying things. 2 years ago, someone at my work asked me to send a fax. How am I supposed to do such a thing? Like, I don't even know what a fax is. So anyway, think about it, everyone. Just think about it. The other day, I'm not going to say I was complaining because I don't like to complain, but I think I probably was complaining. My point is this. Was complaining, and my friend responded to me, oh, well, you know what, Stacy? It's the little things. Whoever invented the phrase, it's the little things, was probably very affluent or very lucky, but it's like one of those things where, I know that it's the little things because for me it's only the little things. Like, I'm never gonna get a Mercedes or, go to the moon or fly in a private jet. Like, I get excited when I'm eating a donut. So I know it's the little things. If someone ever gave me a jelly donut, I would probably just marry them because it is the little things. Like, you don't have to remind me, people. And by people, this one person in particular who said this to me. Oh my gosh. I've been thinking about something a lot. You know that feeling when you like are on a bar patio and you're having like a really good time outside drinking and like having a good time, and you say to yourself, I'm gonna get one more drink even though you don't need another drink. That feeling, like that, what I just described, if you can distill that into a feeling, that is what mosquitoes do to my body. Like, it's like they suck my blood and they could stop and be fine, but they're like, nah, we're gonna go to a different spot in her body and suck even more blood from her. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, boo, like, this is ridiculous. Lately, I've been doing this thing. I went outside. I have a little patio in my apartment, so I like went outside. Already, it was like a mosquito. I'm 6 floors above the earth, and like this mosquito found me, and I've been doing this thing lately where I will immediately, upon sensing a mosquito, I'll like flatten it with like my entire hand, and then I'll like rub my hand down, so the mosquito will be destroyed. So I do that, and then the mosquito like carcass will be all over my body. And then the last time I did that, which was not this time I'm describing, it was the time before, which was last summer. Someone was like, "Ugh, Stacy, you're so gross," and I'm like, "This isn't me. Like, I didn't do this. This was nature. Like, I don't know. It wasn't my fault." So anyway, after that incident, I bought a lot of bug spray. And I was like, I'm gonna be set up for 2020. Anyway, now I'm not going outside, so what can you do? I'm gonna end with this. I'm ending with this. I have a lot of bad habits, and one of them is that I love telling stories, but I feel like I just put too many details in them, so sometimes people can lose interest before I get to the really good part of the story, which is bad. But lately, I've noticed people in my life, when I'm talking to them, they'll be like, Stacy, speed it up. Like, trying to get me to get to the point faster. And I just want to say, if you tell me to speed it up, you've added about 30 minutes to the story, because I am so anxious about trying to speed up. I will not be able to maintain my composure and tell you the story. And if it's like, and if it's even a, and that's even if it's a mild story to tell. Like, if it's a good story with a lot of gossip, then you've added like 2 hours to it. So if you have friends like this, like me, don't tell them to speed it up. Just let them take their time and they'll get to it eventually. But anyway, you've been a wonderful audience. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Hedi, for everything. I've been Stacey Axler.